Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
What's going on, beer lovers? Welcome to another episode. I'm Justin.
And I'm Jeff. And today we're in Paso Robles, California at Barrelhouse Brewing Company. Now, we've heard a lot about this place. We've seen their beers in our bottle shops back home. So we figured on the way home from Brewbies, why not stop by and check them out?
So that being said, I've not tried any of their beers yet, so I'm excited to try these. Jeff, you ready?
Let's have some beer.
Let's have some beer. Alright guys, so Barrelhouse Brewing has never won an award for their beer, but that's intentional. You want to know why? Here comes today's history lesson. Barrelhouse was started in 2013 by Kevin, Jason, and Chris, three guys who were home brewers, started out of their garage and wanted to open up a place of their own. So they started Barrelhouse Brewing. They started out here in Paso Robles, then they expanded to San Luis Obispo and Visalia, and now they've even done sours. I mean, this thing has grown and blown up, but why have they never won an award? Kind of interesting, right? Well, here's the reason why. They never wanted to enter their beer in competitions. That's not what it was for. They made their beer for the people, not for the judges. That's how they say it on their website. This brewery is all about three things: good people, good times, and great beer. And this place is living up to it in spades. Whether it be the garden, whether it be the really interesting tap room and brew house over here, but it is all sorts of fun, and I can't wait to try some of these beers starting right now. Alrighty guys, so first up I have the Passion Fruit Juicy IPA. This is a take on their Juicy IPA, but they added passion fruit with it. One thing that I am phenomenally in love with. So it's 6.5%, a nice hazy juice bomb, how we like it, and I can't wait to try it, guys. Cheers. Oh. It's crisp, it's juicy, it has a great mouthfeel to it, and then you get that wave of passion fruit flavor. It is just so tropical, so citrusy, and so delicious. I mean, we came in here with the camera. One of the regulars told us, you know, what kind of beers are you guys looking at? I mentioned the passion fruit juicy just in passing. He loved it so much he bought us a taster of it, wanted to show us how much he loved it, and I can see why he loved it so much. It's tasty, rich, juicy, great mouthfeel, great body to it, and an awesome way to start the day, especially in this heat.
Well guys, my first beer up is gonna be a hazy beer. Now, Justin had a passion fruit flavored hazy beer called Passion Fruit Juicy. This is just regular juicy IPA. It's 6.5% New England style beer. You know us, you know we love the hazy beers. So yeah, I figured I'd give it a shot. Let's go, cheers.
So I recognize
This is a very, very citrusy beer. It literally tastes like I'm drinking orange juice that's had hops soaking in it. It's just super juicy. It tastes like orange pulp. I mean, even the lacing on the glass, it kind of reminds me of like orange pulp on a glass of OJ. It is freakishly hot out here. You can see the sweat dripping from me. So, you know, something like a cold glass of OJ sounds really good. This is just as good.
Alright guys, so next up I have a blonde. You know how I like my blondes. I like them cool, crisp, and delicious. Okay, that sounded weird. But this one is called Templeton. It's 4.5%. It's a blonde ale, and this thing is amazingly clean and crisp, and I can't wait to dig into it. Cheers. Oh. Now, this Templeton may not be a friend of Charlotte, but it's a friend of mine. It is a little bit more hoppy than you would think from a blonde, but this thing is just rich, it's crisp, it's clean, and I mean, just a good body to it. Graham crackery, a little honey, that medicinal honey flavor, and then it just finishes so clean. Wow. I mean, 4.5%, you're not feeling the alcohol at all, but that's what it's meant for. It's meant to be a nice summer drinking beer, and this has it. Especially if you're a little bit of a hotbed and you're looking for something light, perfect.
All right, guys, so the next beer up is another IPA, but this one's not hazy. This is Mango IPA. It's 6.2%, and it is crystal clear. Quite the opposite from a hazy beer. You know, this is kind of like an endangered species nowadays in the IPA realm, so it's kind of refreshing to see that someone's still making them. And yeah, let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Yeah, guys, this is light-bodied, it's crisp, it's refreshing. The mango's not overpowering, you're really getting the quality of the hops out of this beer. The mango kind of works as an accent or a garnish for the beer. I mean, it's there throughout from beginning to end, but it's not really running the show. It's really showcasing the quality of the malts and the hops. It's not overly bitter, which I'm very happy for. This is a damn good beer.
All right, on a sunny day like this, what do I want? Some sunny days. This is their Citrus Blonde Ale, 5.2, a little bit more boozy and a little bit darker than their Templeton. But, you know, I'm always a big fan of citrus and a big fan of blonde, so let's see how this stacks up with the rest. Cheers. Ooh. This thing has like a real, like, zesty, a little bit of pithiness to it, but it's like grapefruit and lime and good body, finishes clean just like the last one. I don't know if that, you know, that bitterness is coming from the pith or from maybe the hops from that blonde, but still, this thing is so good. It is so clean, so crisp. If I had to choose between the two, the Templeton or the Citrus or the Sunny Days all the way.
So the next beer up, believe it or not, is a sour. Yes, I don't know what's happening to me. I normally avoid the sours. They're not my favorite beer. But you know what? I wanted some variety in my flight. I decided to give it a try. This is the Malbec Sour. This is 7.2%, and it is a sour beer. I mean, there's no two buts about it. But the reason why I was attracted to this is the Malbec. I've had Malbec wines before. They're fantastic, that grape quality. I figured it would go really good with a beer. So let's go ahead and try it out. Cheers. Is it beer? Is it wine? I don't know. I think I want to call this wine beer. It really has very strong qualities of those Malbec grapes. They're absolutely delicious. Wow. I honestly couldn't tell you if I was sipping on wine or beer right now, but I'm very happy with this. The grape quality just is really pronounced. This is not overly sour, which I'm super happy for. I don't like when my jowls start to hurt when I'm drinking a beer, and this isn't doing that. So thank goodness, fantastic sour beer. Man, Barrelhouse, well done.
Alright guys, so we're going from the light to the dark. This is their Scotch, this is their Wee Heavy on Nitro. It's their Scotch Ale, and it's at 8%. I'm taking a big step up here. And Nitro, you know, those good smooth mouthfeels with that Wee Heavy, that old world flavors. I can't wait to try this. You guys know how I like my old world beers. Cheers. Whew. The thing may be a wee bit heavy, but it is packing all on the flavor. Wow, it is. I'm wearing an Absolution t-shirt right now, guys. I mean, you know how much I loved Absolution when we went there in Torrance. This reminds me so much of them. It's that old world style, but done in a new world way with the Nitro. It has just a great mouthfeel to it. It's boozy, but you're expecting that with the Wee Heavy. But those old world malts, those rich chocolatey malts, it is so tasty, so rich, and wow. A beautiful, beautiful old world beer.
This next one I picked because it's got a really fun name to it. This is called Grog. This is their brown sugar Imperial Ale, and it's 10.9%. And you know, when I heard Grog, I'm like, oh man, old world beer, like on a pirate ship. They're pouring this out of barrels, putting them in those big old mugs, and I don't know, it got me excited. This is not weather for a pirate, I will tell you that now. However, I can have beer in any weather and enjoy it. So here we go. Cheers. Oh yeah. Fantastic, rich, old world style malts. That brown sugar's coming through, but it's very subtle. It's not overpowering it, which a lot of brown sugar beers I've had, it just completely destroys everything else that it's paired with. This, you're really getting those nice, roasty, old world malts out of the beer. I mean, it tastes almost like fresh wort, to be honest with you. It's fresh wort, but then the brown sugar really sweetens it up. This is ideal for somebody who enjoys old world flavors. It's fantastic, and 10.9%, to be honest with you, it's a very hot day today. I was a little afraid to drink a 10.9% beer, and this is drinking just fine.
Alrighty guys, I feel like reciting Shakespeare. And that's because I have Othello. This is their Bourbon Barrel Dark Sour. It's 7%. They do a lot of sours here, right across the way right across the creek in its own separate building, apart from the brew house. And they've been apparently cranking out some really good sours, and this should be a really good one to start with. Cheers. All right, guys. I'm sorry, but I gotta talk to one person right now. Hey, Jacob from Craft Cascade. Hey, how's it going? We miss you here, buddy. And you know why? You're gonna be missing this. This is a fucking amazing drink. It is 7%. It's bourbon barrel aged. You're getting that bourbony, like barrel aged caramel, sugary flavor. You're getting the wood. You're getting cherry. You're getting like dates. You're getting all these great, luscious, rich flavors. And the sour, it's not overly sour, it's not overly funky. It's not like I'm getting really puckerish, but it's still so good, so refined. And wow. I mean, it's as complex as a 5-act play. I think that's why they named it Othello. It is delicious, and I'm just gonna savor this, guys. This is a sipping man sour beer.
Well, the last beer up is a dark one. This is their Oatmeal Stout. It's 6%. It's an oatmeal stout, and you know, it sounded really good. Even though it's really hot, I figured why not try one of their winter style beers and see how it comes out. So here we go. Cheers. Oh yeah. Oh guys. When a stout's done right, a stout is done right. This has got fantastic malt qualities to it. It's that raw, natural malt flavor. It's not overly sweet. You get some cocoa in there. You get the oatmeal really like just mellowing out the mouthfeel. It's like silky on your tongue. It's creamy. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised there's no lactose in this. There actually might be some, I'm not sure, but it's just good. It's creamy, it's rich, and those malts are fantastic. Now, today would probably not be the day that I would want to be drinking an oatmeal stout. It probably wouldn't be my go-to. However, what I will tell you is that during the winter time, if Justin and I ever make it up to Paso Robles during that time, this is going to be something that's going to get me really excited to come back to Barrelhouse.
Alrighty guys, for my last one, I have a mouthful here, and especially after you had a couple sips and tasters, it kind of gets hard to say, so let me see if I can make this right. It's the Visalia Barbera Imperial Red Sour Ale. Ha! This thing's 8%, an Imperial Red Sour that they do, once again, across the street at their Sour Barrelhouse. And, you know, sour, red, dark, delicious. After Othello, I want to see how this handles it. Cheers. Now, this thing's definitely more tart than the Othello. I'm definitely feeling it in my cheeks a little bit. But that being said, it's not overly done. It's a little boozy with the 8%, but you get those good red malts. You're getting that good mouthfeel, and it finishes really clean. You get a little bit of sour linger, but it's not too bad. I really, really like it, but, you know, compared to Othello, I think I know where my heart's leaning.
All right, guys, so Justin and I have tried all the beers here at Barrelhouse. It's time to tell you which ones our favorites were. So Justin, you want to go ahead and start?
Well, once again, it's hard to pick a favorite here. I mean, there's so many great beers. That passion fruit juicy hazy was really good, really, really good. I mean, not even if you love passion fruit, if you love hazy beers, it's on par with any of the good hazies that we've had all across Southern California or anywhere, really. Even Boston, maybe. So, you know, I couldn't go with that one because there were a couple that were a little bit better to me. Another one that ranks up there was his Oatmeal Stout was actually really good too. I really liked that one, but at the end of the day, Othello stood out to me. I mean, this thing was just so complex, so unique, so one of a kind, and it just threw me for a loop. I was speechless for a minute after I tried it because it was just so good. I mean, you had like cherries, dates, all these great like rich, like fruity flavors, but yet you're getting barrel aged, caramely sugar, vanilla, and then it all comes together and it's just like, wow. It's like, is this what sour beer is supposed to be? Because I don't know anybody that's doing it outside of here. Not even like the Brewery or Rare Barrel or anything like that. This thing is so unique, so one of a kind, and I just want more and more of it. That's how good it is. So this is my pick, and it wasn't even close. I mean, not to say that they didn't have a lot of good beers, but this one just head and shoulders above the rest. Jeff?
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. As Justin said, Barrelhouse has got some amazing beers. There's a lot of variety here, which I really enjoy. It's always fun looking at a board full of beers. Some beers you know and love. Other beers you're like, I don't even know what the hell that is. This is that place. They are really doing some great variety out here. When it came to the beers, I gotta say that passion fruit juicy was incredible. If you're a hazy fan, that's what you want for sure. Come here and try it. And then there was also Justin's Sunny Days. That was a blonde ale, right?
A citrusy blonde ale.
Yeah. And citrusy it was. I absolutely love that, especially because it is so ungodly hot out here right now. Man, that thing had some fantastic citrus notes. It tasted like Valencia oranges, just like squeezed right into that beer. Actually, that should have been my beer of the day. I need that beer in my life right now. But anyways, I digress. Ultimately, all the beers here are great, but one stood out above the crowd, and that was Othello. Justin picked it, I picked it, and the reason why is because it is just something that is so unique, so one of a kind. I've never had anything like it before. This bourbon barrel-aged sour ale just, it blends so beautifully together. I'm not even a sour fan, and I love the shit out of this beer. It's sweet, it's tart, but not overly sweet, not overly tart. It's bourbony, it's barrel-aged, you get the oakiness, but it's not overpowering. Everything works in conjunction with one another and creates just this beautiful symphony of beer music. And, you know, something like this gets me excited for breweries like Barrelhouse because it just shows you where they're at now. You can just imagine where they're going to be 10 years from now. This is like a signal of the beer revolution. This is a sign of times changing. You can't get a beer like this 10 years ago. It doesn't exist. I'm sorry. And so to know that this is the direction that they're heading gets me really, really excited. So yeah, Othello, if you guys make it out to Barrelhouse, you gotta check this beer out. You will not be disappointed. But again, they got all kinds of different styles that you'll probably enjoy. But for now, Justin and I are gonna finish our beers, and then we're gonna go inside and hopefully maybe get a tour or an interview or something like that. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so I'm here with Jesse. He's one of the people that work here at Barrelhouse. He actually helps run the tap house. And yeah, I can't believe it. I found somebody with a better beard than me. Go figure.
Well, whatever.
But hey, Jesse, we've had a great time trying the beers today, so I just wanted to kind of ask you a few questions. How did your journey start with Barrelhouse?
I mean, one of my good friends was the original sour brewer for here, and I would always kind of stop by and be like, hey man, I need help stuffing fruit into barrels, or you know, whatever it need be. So he would kind of just need some help here and there, and I'd run events with them for fun. And then one day he's like, hey, we're losing a bartender, you should drop off a resume. And next thing I know, I quit my other job and I'm full-time here, so can't really complain about that.
That's awesome. And how long have you been with Barrelhouse?
So officially on payroll, 2 years.
Nice.
But since helping with Matt, I've been around almost since the beginning, so like 4 years?
That's awesome.
Hanging around at least.
So do you have a favorite beer here at Barrelhouse that you enjoy drinking the most?
I'm a sucker for anything aged in like a whiskey barrel or rum barrel like we have on right now, so I'm kind of on the big...
Is there a rum barrel one?
It's the Grog.
Oh, the Grog, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm always a kind of go-to for IPA, double
Yeah.
IPA, something like that.
For sure.
Nice and refreshing.
Yes. I gotta tell you, man, it was ungodly hot out there.
Yeah.
And all the light, crisp, refreshing beers like really hit the spot.
Yeah, yeah.
The Grog was amazing, but definitely not a hot
A little
summer
much
beer.
for like an 85-degree day or something, whatever it is
yeah,
today.
for sure. So I'm curious. I know a lot about Barrelhouse, and especially now being here, learning about your guys' history and everything. Now it's, you know, even more exciting to be here. But my question is what comes next for Barrelhouse? Do they have any big plans of expansion or new beer releases or anything like that in the future?
I mean, nothing official. The idea is always to be a family-owned business and kind of stay deep in the community, and instead of being like some of the other big breweries and being distributed all over the place. So we want to kind of saturate the markets that we're already in and kind of just get there for now. As far as beer releases, we're kind of starting our new adventure series. We did the Rye IPA in February, I think that came out. So we have another one coming out here in a month. And then just kind of lots of sours coming out, and stuff like that, kind of rotating.
Oh yeah, you guys have your barrel system in like a different building, right?
Right. Kind of behind us in another building.
Well, I'll just let you know, I'm not really a sour fan typically, and both Justin and I, our favorite beer was Othello.
Okay, yeah,
So,
for sure.
Killer, man.
Yeah.
I know. Couldn't believe it.
You get super lucky. It's like you don't find bourbon barrel aged sours hardly, or dark sours to begin with. You don't find all that often.
Well, and I had the IPA, the mango IPA before, the Barrelhouse IPA, and that's kind of what got me interested in this place.
Okay.
Had no idea you guys even had a sour game, so that was
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I get super spoiled. I go to the breweries and I'm like, oh, you actually make really kick-ass beer.
You like work here and you don't even think about it?
Yeah, you know, I like the beer, but maybe that's because I work here. Like, no, the beer's actually killer.
That's awesome. Well, hey, Jesse, thank you so much.
No problem, dude.
We had a great time.
Yeah.
Can't wait to come back.
You
guys got to check this place out. It's incredible. All right, guys, so that's going to do it here at Barrelhouse Brewing in Paso Robles, California.
Special thanks to Jesse and all the great people here at Barrelhouse. We had an amazing time, and we will be back sooner than later, man.
Guys, I just got to point out, not only were their beers amazing, but this actual brewery is incredible. This place is family friendly, it's pet friendly, and you know how much I like dogs. And it's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, in fact, this looks like the type of place I would maybe want to have my wedding at someday. So make sure that you come here and check it out if you're ever in the area. It is a stop worth taking. It's in the middle of Tin City, which is this hole-in-the-wall area with amazing wineries, cider houses, breweries, the whole shebang.
Distilleries, all the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Like, this area is so awesome. So make sure you guys check it out. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below if there's a brewery you'd like to see us visit next. And until then, I'm Jeff.
I'm Justin, and we will see you guys next time on
Let's Have Some Beer. Cheers.